Hi there. So, I really wanted to talk about appearing desperate or needy or inappropriate online if you are selling right now. And this goes for whatever platform that you're selling it on. I've seen some really interesting feeds and threads and discussions about whether it's right to sell anything right now, considering people might be losing their jobs, the economy is, really affected, etc. So I mean, I made a personal decision that I will continue to conduct and run my business during this time. And I will do it in an ethical way, which I was doing before. So there's not really any change for me. But I do understand this feeling of not wanting to be perceived as desperate. And I just wanted to share a couple of personal experiences that I've had, but I've really worked hard on overcoming those feelings and barriers and great results that come from that. So, one is that, using my WhatsApp to share free resources with people and obviously to nurture potential custom. And I did that for the first time, something I would never have done in the way I've done it over the last few days. And it was great because people came back. It was so positive, the responses and the feedback. And this just shows you sometimes you may have it in your head that you don't want to be spamming people, bugging people, appearing to be desperate. You're not, particularly if you are sharing something that is genuinely useful and practical. Another example was a couple of nights ago in the early hours of the morning, I was awake and I wrote this article, about how you can, if you've had clients and contracts cancelled, what you should do next. And I shared it on my LinkedIn profile and in some local groups. Really had to push myself to share it outside of the traditional channels that I usually use. But I knew the information was just bang on, did that, and the overwhelming response by email was huge. And I'm so glad I shared it because it's really practical, useful stuff right now in all the noise. It was very kind of, very, very, very practical. What can you do right now if you are without money, essentially? And so the other example is my Facebook. So, in a lot of the Facebook groups, obviously you're using a personal profile. You might not be branded as a business. So it can feel quite exposing and vulnerable to talk about what you do or be helpful, but it's super important. If you know what you're offering right now can be genuinely helpful and solve a problem, you should absolutely share it. Share it and always be highlighting the benefits to that person. There's nothing to be ashamed of or fearful of. And you don't appear as desperate. I absolutely love it when I see my peers talking about what they do, putting out their sales posts, putting out clear call to actions. I feel inspired by it. I feel encouraged by it because, why not? That is their business. No one worries about the fact that Argos, Iceland, Tesco remain open every single day for all of their opening hours. The fact that you might get a leaflet, an email, you might see a TV ad. No one thinks to myself, my goodness, why are they trying to sell to me again? Because what they sell, obviously, essentials, things that we need. And the same goes really for your business. If you right now, are worried about selling in the climate we're in, don't be. Continue on, persevere, and focus. And make sure what you're offering is of use, but do it. Keep doing it and do it creatively. So I just wanted to share that point with you today.